Hey everyone, the quest continues today with the Shimmering Skies Lorcana starter decks, which we have here with us. We just picked these up. Funnily enough, we picked up the treasure trove before the starter decks. Usually it's the other way around. But here we are. We've got our starter decks with us. So we're going to be looking through these today. I think these are the two foils they come with, right? Elsa, Wreck-It Ralph, and Scarfoil, and Cronkfoil. And I think these were the four characters on the sides of the treasure trove, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think a few snide characters might have snuck on there as well, but I think those are the main
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump in. We did want to show you as well that we did get the playmats. For this, we were very, very lucky to be able to find both of these. A lot of people didn't. They actually did arrive at our local store very late. So I
ones.
had, I sent Joshua on a quest to go get to our local game store super early, to wait for these specifically because our store was only going to get like two of each. And when the store opened, they had everything except the deck boxes, which we still haven't seen anywhere.
Yeah, we really haven't.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the deck boxes. We usually get one of each deck box as well. We like to have those for the starter decks. And they didn't get the playmats, so they didn't have either of the things that we knew we couldn't find anywhere else, really.
No.
So that was a bummer. But then we went to Disney Springs and they had a ton of these. So we were able to get the Casita one for $20 at Disney Springs, World of Disney. And then the bell was honestly kind of a group effort. A friend of ours works at our local game store, and he was able to hold it for us. I think in part because we were there so early that day and they didn't have it. So thank you so much to our friend. You know who you are. Super appreciate it. And we still haven't opened it, so maybe we will right now.
Yeah.
But let's start with Casita.
I think they took pity on me, seeing me there as soon as they got to opening the store, and then cracked open the box and realized it had nothing inside.
Yeah. Well, they got some other things.
Yeah, they got the
Oh, we
the
did
typical
buy
booster
something
box
that
and
day.
treasure trove.
We bought the treasure trove
We did.
that day.
Yep.
I went there a little later and met up with Joshua and we got the treasure trove and that's the one we unboxed last time a couple of weeks ago. So
I find this one adorable.
I can't actually see what's on the camera.
That's a good spot. Oh,
Here.
yeah. It
See,
was.
so
All right.
here's I want to show the whole thing though.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. It's funny because um my
It's
mom
super cute.
my mom doesn't play Lorcana, but she wants one of these because she's like, "Oh, I could, it's like a big mouse pad. I could put it on my desk." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess you could. You could do that if you wanted."
They're pretty
She
much the same.
it's basically a mouse pad, but she really liked the colors on it and they are really pretty. I like the purples and the yellows.
Very vibrant. Vibrant and cool, as you
Yes,
say.
warm and cool.
Warm and cool. I
I
do like that.
Yes, if you know, you know. I like warm and cool color combinations. Like, I love getting on a Delta plane and seeing like the blue uplighting and the red uplighting, and just on some surfaces it like overlaps and you get purple. So you have like reds and blues and purples. I just like it.
Wow, you're just having this entirely different experience when we're flying, and I am
Yes.
not a part.
I like warm and cool colors together. I always have. I don't know what it is. But that's honestly part of the reason why blue and red lightsaber duels look so cool. Because you have a red saber and a blue saber, and then they clash, and then they go whirr, and it's purple in the middle. It's very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and unbox Belle for the very first time. Wonder what the Belle playmat is going for on eBay, because I think there's fewer of these. I know they're harder to find. Like, we didn't see a single one of these at Disney Springs. It would have been kind of amazing if we had.
In the past, most of the playmats, just for like history's sake, when they've gone on to like the eBay space, they typically go from like $40 to $60, just because they're kind of difficult to get. They only get a couple copies in at most game stores.
Look who's here, Tony. Tuning in to a Lorcana stream. Yes, late night. Well, Joshua worked until like 9:30-ish,
Yeah,
so you
just
just
about.
got home. Okay, so before I unravel it, I just want to appreciate just the details in this first part. Look at the rose petals. So nice.
It is
Ooh.
very pretty.
Ooh. Oh, it's upside down. Yeah.
But the colors really
Ooh.
pop.
It is really nice. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, that is so nice. I'm so glad we were able to get it. It is really, really nice. I love the enchanted rose in the middle and the lighting and the shadow, like the soft shadows on her forehead and on her nose and the shading. And you got some reds and some blues. You got some warms and some cools. It's really nice.
Yeah, this last, the fourth and fifth set, Belle has really had some awesome arts
Yeah.
on some of the cards. I feel like she didn't really get that much going on in the beginning.
Her and her dad,
Um,
Maurice, they've both gotten some really cool
yeah,
inventor art. Yeah, I do feel like Belle's gotten probably the best art out of all of the Disney princess characters. And Cinderella too. Cinderella's gotten some good art. All right, so that is the play mats. Let's go ahead. We're going to jump in to the starter decks. So I think I'll probably just zoom this in, right?
yeah.
Leave it like this. Or let's see, what else can we do? We can do like
The reverse of that.
this
There you go.
situation. There we go. Okay. So let's start with this one. I think we should leave the Kronk one for last. So here's a look at the box. Amethyst Ruby. Ready to play, including 2 foils. We got Elsa, Wreck-It Ralph on the front. Hopefully the audio sounds okay. Actually, I should check on that. Yeah. Okay, I am using the microphone for audio, so we're good.
Tony, you're supposed to tell us if the audio is bad.
Uh, no, but it's good. Is there bright enough? Is there enough light? I'm gonna increase the light here a tad, just to make sure you can even see it.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, so let's break into this. Here's a look at the back. Pretty standard.
And the fun part that there's a pack in every starter deck.
Yes. And once
There's always
again,
that chance.
my mat looks dusty, but it doesn't look like that to the naked eye. It only looks like that in the refined eye of the camera lens. But why don't we open up the playmat and we'll use that as a little backdrop. Unless the colors look too overwhelming, in which case I will put it away. Joshua actually hadn't seen Encanto until fairly recently, right?
Yeah, I had never seen the movie entirely, or I'd seen like clips or pieces, or I kind of Encanto adjacent knew what it was. But first time I saw it was with your family at your house, and it's fantastic. I loved it.
It's so good, and the music is so good. I honestly think it's like the best movie that they've put out in a while. Especially when it comes to the music, because the music in Wish was extremely underwhelming and disappointing, and everyone hated it. Because it sounded
Okay,
like
well,
it was written by AI. It really did. And I think it was. It was in fact written by AI. I think at
really?
least that's the word on the street. Yeah, because some of the lyrics just don't even make sense.
Who's reading from the fake Disney sites now?
No, that's for real. Like people have analyzed the lyrics and they're like, these are the kinds of lyrics that AI would write. Okay, so here's the deck. Comes in nice plastic. Sometimes it comes in like a white wax paper. Not this time. It is in clear plastic. But just know sometimes it looks a little different. All right. And again, these cards are standard. If you buy the starter deck, these are the exact cards that you would get. The only cards that are randomized in a starter deck is the booster pack that it comes with, which we will open last after we go over both starter decks. That's the procedure we've established with these starter deck unboxings. And you'll usually be able to get some damage counter chips with these. Here's what that looks like.
Those are the most pleasing ones yet to the eye. The
They
warm and
are,
cool thing
look at
going
the
on.
warm and the cool. See,
Yeah,
it
they
just
got it going on.
works. It just
It
works.
does.
But we've been using just dice
We have.
for damage counting. Quick start rules, nice little rule book there. What is this? Oh, a little paper play mat, which we maybe used like the first few times that we played and haven't really used it since, but it is nice that starter decks do include it. All right, so starting right off with the Elsa foil. Super pretty. It is a, we're always forgetting what these like rarity symbols mean. So let me just look it up in the book.
Here we go.
Rarity key. Super rare. So it is considered a super rare card, but I think because it's in a starter deck, it's probably not worth like a crazy amount of money, but we can look it up.
It's a fair bit. It's right there on the first screen.
Oh, Elsa
It's
Fifth
a
Spirit.
yeah, for a starter deck card, $3 is pretty solid.
And it has Rush. I think that's probably a big part of the reason
And
why.
note, that's actually the price of the normal card. Scroll see if the foil price is any different. Where does it say? Sometimes the website's a little hard to use to find the foil price. Oh, I think you have to hit all filters. And cold foil. There you go, $9. Wow.
Oh, that's kind of weird considering it's in a starter deck.
Yeah, well, again, the market determines the price of these cards, so sometimes they never expect a certain card to wind up being worth more. And I have heard that some of the new bounce package in Amethyst has made Amethyst come back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I promise you we won't spend this much time on each card, I think, because we're starting off with the foil, just spending a little extra time on it. So it does have rush abilities. It is evasive. When you play this character, you can exert chosen opposing character. So a lot of really cool secondary abilities. I think the downside of this card is that it's only a one lore card.
Yeah, that's true. However, the interesting combination of rush and exerting a character means that you can, in the same turn, exert a readied character and then rush to challenge it. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I
So
agree.
it's
And
a
I think you'd mostly bring this card out for the abilities, not necessarily for the lore. But there's that. And then here's the Wreck-It Ralph foil. Whenever you ready this character, gain 1 lore for each damage on him. So he can take up to 3 damage before he's just banished. So you can get up to 3 lore for readying him with if he has 3 damage on him.
yeah.
So there's
I wonder
that.
if people are trying to combo that with Rapunzel.
It's interesting how they tied this to like the firework. Looks like he's punching through. Maybe Wreck-It Ralph is the character that was creating the fireworks by smashing like gems or something.
Maybe.
He's the fireworks man. All right. Ooh, this is actually very nice. Anna, Mystical Majesty. It's a shift Anna, so you can play her on top of a non-shift Anna that costs less. And when you play this character, exert all opposing chosen characters. And it's 2 lore, which is very, very nice.
So far, a lot of control in this deck.
The rarity is rare, according to the book. So this might actually be worth something as well. Do you want to look this one up?
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Anna.
Mystical
Mystical
Majesty. So
20
currently a
cents.
20-cent card. I'm going to set Elsa apart as our most valuable card so far. That's something I like to do because, I don't know, you just make the cards compete with each other for the best value. You want to see what Wreck-It Ralph goes for? Fight, 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 fight. Demolition Dude. Why make it an amicable card opening when it could be a all-out fight? All right, 6-cent card, so definitely not Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph, you're not worth very much. Sorry, dude.
Oh,
Olaf, happy passenger. For each exerted character opponents have in play, you pay one less to play this character. A whopping three lore card. However, it does cost 9, but it can cost less if there's a lot of exerted character opponents in your opponent. That's worded a little weird. If your opponent has a lot of exerted characters, you can potentially pay a lot less. And it's evasive, which is nice. But again, super expensive. What do you think?
this is likely only gonna see play after you play Anna, right? Because Anna exerts all opposing characters.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the time where this is going to be viable. If they have 3, 4 characters on board, you play Anna, and then all of a sudden Olaf maybe costs a whole bunch less.
Yeah, probably good as like a combo with that card.
Yeah.
Olaf, happy passenger.
Yeah, 13 cents.
13 cents. Okay, up next we've got Vanellope One Sweets. Also has Rush. When you play this character, she gains evasive until the start of your next turn. A 2 lore card. Pretty good for a cost 4 card. The sword released item at the start of your turn if you have a character in play with more strength than each opposing character in play. Each opponent loses 1 lore, and you gain lore equal to the lore loss. That is very interesting, and it looks like it's from Sword in the Stone.
It is.
I can see Arthur's
Yeah,
robe.
I like that.
Very cool. It'd be interesting to see how that interacts with other cards. Up next, we've got Bruni, the Fire Spirit. So Bruni, Fire Salamander. Evasive, 2 lore card. It costs 4 to play. When this character is banished, you can draw a card. It's a nice little secondary ability there for card draw. 2 of him. We've got 2 Archimedes Electrified Owl, which we actually pulled in our treasure trove.
We did. We pulled at least one of them, I know.
Yeah, and now I guess we have at least 3.
There you go.
Shift 3, it is evasive with 2 lore, challenger +3, so it can challenge with a strength of 4. Costs 5 to play, not bad. Up next, we've got King of Hearts, Monarch of Wonderland. You can tap it, and chosen exerted character can't ready at the start of their next turn. It's 2 lore card, not bad, 2 of that. Finders Keepers, which we also pulled in our trove.
Yeah, we pulled a couple of this.
Draw 3 cards. Kind of expensive, though, to play.
It is, but you know, classic Amethyst, you do tend to run out of cards, so in mid-game, if that's your only play that turn, is to spend 5 ink and draw 3 cards, at least you're set up for the next turn.
We got at least one of these in our trove, the library.
Yes, it's very nice.
I love it. I just love the Beauty and the Beast library. It's so pretty. Whenever a character is banished while here, you can draw a card, and it's a 1 lore location. So, and it only costs 3 to play. So, and it has 8 defense, so you can keep it around for a while. That's actually quite nice. And there's 2 of those, so that means we've also got at least 3 of those with the other one that we pulled. Up next, I lost track of which, like, King Candy or Candy Racetrack cards we pulled, because there's so many and they all look very similar.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we pulled this one as well. Taffeta Mutton Fudge. It's a 2-cost 2 lore card. Pretty nice, actually. It's nice to get a 2 lore card out in your second turn.
Yeah, this is basically the same stat lines and same lore as the Aurora that's very common in a lot
Yeah,
of
the
decks.
blue Aurora, Sapphire Aurora. Up next, we've got cost 2 Turbo Royal Hack, which I also remember from our treasure trove. How could I forget that super creepy art? It's a rush card. This character also counts as being named King Candy for shifts, which I remember thinking was really cool.
Clever.
Yeah, it was clever how they did that. 1 lore card, 2 of him. Taffeta, another Taffeta Mutton Fudge, but this is the Shift Taffeta. Shift 2, once per turn when this character moves to a location, gain 2 lore. So that could make for a really interesting Amber locations deck.
Yeah.
This is Amber, right?
Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
Ruby.
It could make for a very interesting Ruby locations deck. And there's 2 of her. Minnie Mouse, Dazzling Dancer. Whenever this character or one of your characters named Mickey Mouse challenges another character, you gain 1 lore. So that would obviously have to be like a mini Mickey deck, which I haven't actually seen a lot of yet.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've seen a lot of Mickey when it comes to the Magic Brooms deck, but I haven't really seen a deck yet that leverages Mickey and Minnie together. So maybe we'll start to see that more. Glimmer versus Glimmer action. Banish chosen character of yours to banish chosen character.
And this one, the what do you call it? The quote at the bottom, I think, is actually hinting toward some of the storyline with this set.
That we and a lot of other people suspect is
Yeah,
coming up, which is Hades is going to be the next big villain. So Hades, listen, kid, if I'm getting banished back to the lore book, you're going with me. Hercules, we'll see about that. Interesting. Could be, could be. I guess we'll see. The knock, which I know we pulled, right?
yeah. Surprisingly, the knock has already had another card in
Yeah,
Sapphire.
it does. So this
It's
is
got a
like,
couple cards.
I know some characters haven't gotten any cards at all, and here's
There's the
knock.
knock with the
Mystical
name.
Spirit getting 2. When you
I
play
know.
this character, you can move up to 2 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. And in case you're wondering why I'm not checking the value of any of these cards, it's because it's got either a common or uncommon symbol at the bottom, which means it's not hard to find in the wild, so probably not worth very much. Up next, we've got Archimedes, Exasperated Owl, which I just love. Look at that face.
He's very upset about the fireworks, which I
So
appreciate because that's realistic.
yeah, so exasperated. I love Archimedes. He's such a grumpy goose. Evasive, 2 lore card. Costs 3 to play. That's actually quite nice. 2 lore card, it only costs 3. Earth Giant, Living Mountain. Costs 4 to play. When you play this character, each opponent draws a card. 2 lore card. I hate cards that help your opponent to draw cards because I want to draw cards without my opponent drawing cards.
Yeah, and usually that kind of ability is given to a card that's coming out a little too early. Like it's a little too good to be coming out on turn 4, so it gives a bit of an edge to your opponent as well. But with this Earth Giant, I gotta say, I just don't see it as being that good that my opponent needs to draw a card off of this. It's 2 lore on turn 4. We have plenty of options for 2 lore
Yeah.
on turn 4. It's not like you
On
only have a few options in
On
there.
the other hand, I've already seen someone play this in their super aggressive hypo aggro deck, along with like Pascal and Gale Wind Spirit comes out turn 3, and you're like, oh no! And it's tough because when you banish this character in a challenge, it just goes back to their hand. It does not get discarded,
Yeah.
so you know it's coming right back out. A way around that I found is banishing it not in a challenge. So if you use like fire the cannons or something, not like an action or something to banish it, it does get discarded. It does not go back into their hand. So little life
2 of
hack.
those.
Yeah, 2 Gales, Wind Spirits, 3 Anna, Eager Acolyte. Too soon. It's too soon. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and exerts one of their ready characters, which is very interesting because it interacts with the Anna card that we saw early on,
Yeah.
with like exerting characters on your opponent's side and it helping you out in some way. All right, Maleficent, Vengeful Sorceress, cost 2, 2 lore card. Maleficent cards are always very mean and very hyper aggressive.
Yeah, they're usually pretty high in lore.
Yes, cost 2, 2 lore card. That's crazy. I mean, it is kind of like the Sapphire Aurora that you mentioned. So
Yeah.
it's
And
not
there
that.
is the cost 1 Maleficent that also has 2 lore. Um that card's much harder to get your hands on though. I think that's set 1 or set 2.
I wonder when we'll see Maleficent be the big villain. I'm sure they'll give every villain their time. Like, oh my gosh, can we not get a week off in Lorcanaville? No, there's always got to be a villain on the loose. Up next, we've got Retrosphere. Pay 2 to banish this item. Return chosen character, item, or location would cost 3 or less to their player's hand.
I gotta say, I'm loving these sphere cards and the chromacons and all of that. I'm just enjoying that we're starting to see in Lorcana some turn 1 items that have some use outside of an item deck. I think before these cards started coming out, you really weren't going to place any items in your deck unless you were making an item deck. And now we have some pretty useful things other than just the popsicle. We have Retrosphere, we have the Vitalosphere, the I forget the name of the steel one, but I'm enjoying having that early gameplay that's not necessarily a character.
Yeah, for sure. Hypnotic Strength. Look at this wonderful example of cool and warm colors. Draw a card. A chosen character gains Challenger +2 this turn. So 3 of that. We've got 4, Rancis Flugger Butter, which I'm sure we haven't pulled until now because I think I would have remembered that. Cost 4, 1 lore card. It kind of sucks. It's not a very good card. I don't think we'll be seeing much of this out in,
Wild.
yeah, out playing with real people in the real world. Snow Anna Rainbow. It's a rush card, so she can attack immediately once played. And it's a 1 lore card.
Mm.
Uninkable, though. That probably means nothing to. This probably sounds like such gibberish to someone that doesn't play. It's a 2 lore card and it costs 4 to play, and it's uninkable. And it's evasive. You know, it's like, what does this mean? Cost 2, Daisy Duck, Spotless Food Fighter, evasive, 1 lore, 2 of those. We've got Mickey Mouse, Enthusiastic Dancer. While you have a character named Minnie Mouse in play, this character gets +2 strength, and it is a 2 lore card. So there we go with our Mickey mini deck. Maybe we should put a Mickey mini deck together.
Yeah, probably beginning to be a bit more plausible now that there's more Mickey and Minnie cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending on how scattered they are across the different colors, though, that's always the trick.
When you play this character, Taffeta Mutton Fudge, if you have a location in play, each opponent loses 1 lore. So again, with the ruby locations, could be an interesting thing in the near future. Oop, and cards are falling off the table. Okay, we're almost done here with this deck. We've got Donald Duck, Daisy's Date. Whenever this character challenges another character, each opponent loses 1 lore. Simba, Adventurous Successor. Did we pull this one in our trove?
We did not, but we may have pulled this one as well. But I know we recently got the rare version that's the cost 1 3 lore card.
When you play this character, chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. It's always nice when a turn 1 character has an extra ability.
Yeah.
As well as lore, so pretty nice. So there we go. Highest value card in this deck is Foil Elsa. So we'll set that aside and get into deck number 2. And then we'll get into our booster packs.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the Kronk deck. I do love Kronk.
Yeah.
He's probably the most enjoyable thing for me about the Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, he is funny. The Lovable Henchman. Okay, not going to show this off a whole bunch because it's exactly the same. It's got exactly the same stuff as every other starter deck box. So we'll set our... Oh, that's funny. We got 2 Donald Duck booster packs. We'll set that aside.
So this deck is Steel Emerald. So green and gray. We'll see what that looks like.
If we ever get it open. There we go. You want to start looking at the Kronk value of the foil?
Yeah.
Kronk, yeah. 11 cents normally, and the foil...
If you hit the filter.
$0.32. So
that's about the usual.
Not as much as Elsa. Probably due to the ability. So it's a cost 7 card, so it is expensive to play. Head of Security. It is a shift, though, so you can shift it onto another Kronk. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may play a character with cost 5 or less for free. So it's a lot like other shift cards we've seen. It's either like Jafar or Genie that I'm thinking of that lets you play a cost 5 character for free.
I think Jafar and Genie are actually actions. So this might be the first time we've seen it be another character. But I could be wrong about that.
No, I think there's a shift to Genie that does... Oh, it costs...
Action or a song or
action
item,
that costs 5
not
or
a
less.
character,
Yeah.
as far as I remember.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Okay, we've got cost for Foil Scar, has ward. Whenever one of your characters challenges a damaged character, you may draw a card. So actually, that's pretty nice.
That is interesting.
Pretty nice card draw for Emerald, because that's one thing I feel like my Emerald deck lacks is card draw.
And it's a good thing it has ward because with two what they call it, willpower for defense there, it would be a very easy target for Stampede, Fire the Cannons, Smash, any of those low cost cards. But with ward, it can actually be targeted.
Here we got Robin Hood, Timely Contestant. For each 1 damage on opposing characters, you pay 1 less to play this character. It does have ward, and it is a 4 lore card. So I think this is our second one of these. We've got Shenzi, Head Hyena. This character gets 1 strength for each other hyena character you have in play. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if we will start seeing hyena decks pop up after some time. Whenever one of your hyena characters challenges a damaged character, gain 2 lore. Not bad. Yzma, Unjustly Treated. We got this one in our trove, I think.
We did.
During your turn, whenever one of your characters banishes a character in a challenge, you may deal 1 damage to chosen character. 2 lore card.
We were noticing the theme of a lot of the villains having that.
Yeah, being on the rope. The
being
red
behind
carpet.
the rope. Yeah.
Tinkerbell, Tug of War. This is our first time getting this card, so you can choose one. You deal 1 damage to each opposing character without evasive, or you can deal 3 damage to each opposing character with evasive. It's nice. Cost 5. We got 2 Shenzi, Scar's Accomplice, evasive. While challenging a damaged character, it gets an extra 2 strength. Cost 1, Little John Camp Cook. Do love the art for that.
Me too. It's so vibrant.
No added abilities, but it is a 1 cost card, and it does have 1 lore, so really nice turn 1 play.
And again, we're seeing that 0-4 stat line, which is pretty interesting. And this will be our first, I believe this is our first cost 1 Little John, which is a big difference. It's always nice to have a cost 1 character who has shifts.
Yeah, he does have
then
shifts.
you get the
What
most
color
bang for your
is
buck.
his shift? Emerald? What color is his?
He has shift in steel. I don't know if he has another shift, but he has a bodyguard shift in steel. So it's a good thing to throw into this deck, even.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. Here we have Ed, Hysterical Partygoer. Damaged characters can't challenge this character, and it is a 3 lore card. Interesting. Interesting. And it'll be interesting to see how the hyenas kind of becomes more and more of a thing. Have we gotten this Robin Hood? I don't think so.
We have not, but when we did our last treasure trove
we were
review,
looking,
we went through all
yes,
the arts.
and we like
this
pointed
one,
this
yeah.
one out. Yeah, it is
It
so
is fantastic.
nice. And the starter deck comes with 2 of these, which is awesome. It's a shift Robin Hood, and this character gets an extra lore for each opposing damage character in play. Here we've got a location, Tropical Rainforest, Jaguar Lair, and this is from the Emperor's New Groove. Opposing damage characters gain Reckless. 2 of that. We've got Arthur Wart. It costs 2 lore card in steel, so that's nice. Definitely be seeing that around. Sleepy. We'll have to set this aside because Joshua's putting together a new dwarves deck with like the new Sleepy, not Sleepy, with the new Knight in Shining Armor theme.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
Yeah, Sluggish Knight, Bodyguard, 1 lore card. Pretty good. Simba, Son of Mufasa. Shift card. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item or location. It's nice against, item and location decks.
Ooh, how many? Pete.
How many Pete? We got 3 Pete. Games Referee. When you play this character, opponents can't play actions until the start of your next turn.
Very nice.
Cost 1, Food Fight. Your characters gain tap 1 to deal 1 damage to chosen character this turn. Gorsh, who ordered the upside down cake? That's the quote.
Does that make it a right side up cake now?
I guess so.
If he's dropped it?
I think he's calling it an upside down cake because he did drop it.
Right, but if you see how they're flying everywhere. If they fall upside down, are they now right side up?
I suppose.
Oh.
How do you say gorsh? I want to hear. Gorsh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Okay, we've got Zazu, Advisor to Mufasa. I think we did get this in our treasure trove. Cost 5, 2 lore card. Ed, Laughing Hyena. When you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to chosen damaged character, and the quote is. Well, it is. That's the quote. And he looks pretty crazy. This is the one that's always drooling in the movie, I think. Ed. Alright, cost 2, Robin Hood. When you play this character, if an opponent has a damaged character in play, you gain 1 lore. So 1 lore, 2 cost card. 3 of him. Bonsai, Taunting Hyena. When you play this character, you may exert chosen damaged character. What do we got here? A little snack pack. Cost 2 card. Ulf, Mime. This character can't tap to sing songs. 2 lore card. I think we got him in the trove.
We did. It's a very weird card.
Very interesting, yeah. Night Howler Rage. Draw a card. Chosen character gains Reckless during their next turn. Did we draw? I think we did. I think we did draw.
I think we just looked at the art for that one, actually.
Got it. Okay.
It was the last card in the list.
Hypnotic Deduction, which I actually did put in my green deck, and it actually has been really nice because when you play it, it only costs 2 to play, and you can draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on the top of your deck in any order. I love that you can put the cards back on the top of your deck as opposed to like Strike a Good Match. You draw 2 and have to discard 1, never to be seen again. In this case, you know, you're still going to draw those cards.
Yeah.
3 of those, which is actually super nice, I think.
It is.
Nice little card draw. It only costs 2 to play. Simba, Lost Prince. Love the art for that. I know we talked about that last time, but the reflection of the water on his mane is really nice.
It is very nice.
During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card. 3 of that. Oop, dropping stuff.
We talked about this one too.
Oh, Rudy. Groove Disruptor. I recently learned that the person that voiced this character also voices another character that you would never think is the same person, and now I can't remember who that other character is. But I remember seeing that and being like, oh, that is interesting. Well, it's a cost 1 lore card. Nice turn 1 play. We've got Royal Guard, Bovine Protector, cost 4 card. It's only 1 lore, but it's really hard to take down because it is 7 defense.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Be nice if it had Bodyguard with the stat line like that, but what you gonna do? You put in a Vitalisphere and you give it Bodyguard. There you go.
Here we've got Kronk, Unlicensed Investigator, Challenger +1, cost 2 card. Maybe this one's a Chromacon. Probably not. I really should have paid more attention when that wizard guy was talking. That's funny. Still waiting on the Lorcana novelizations to come out so that I can get up to date on what exactly happened. Hey, Protective Rooster, cost 5, Bodyguard, and it's 2 lore, which is nice.
I love that. Who's the boat snag now?
Yeah, and he's got like a coconut body and a shell hat. So he's
gained some status.
He's all decked out, yeah. Really nice. He looks very handsome. Alright, and last card in this deck is When Will My Life Begin? Action Song. Cost 3 to play. Chosen character can't challenge during their next turn. And you get to draw a card. And the art is really pretty. So there you go.
I gotta say, surprising amount of card draw in this deck from the get-go. I think it probably draws pretty well just on its own, even without inclusions, which is very uncommon for starter decks. Usually that's the first thing you do is you start adding card draw.
Yeah. So none of these cards are worth as much as Elsa. So Elsa's still our top card. Because we did look up Kronk, not worth very much. And Scar is just rare, not even super rare. It's probably not worth very much either. Alright, so setting that aside, you ready to open up our booster packs?
I am indeed.
Awesome. Let's see what we got. Maybe next week. Oh, I got it. I got it. See, I am good at this. Okay. What's this like? Little Mickey symbol. That's new.
Is it?
www.disney.com. Why? Why would you just randomly be going to Disney? What's on Disney.com? Okay, now I need to know. Can you please go to www.disney.com? No, that's four W's.
Oh, well.
Who knows what that is? Disney.com. It's just
Disney.com.
that's why. I don't understand why they're doing that.
Eh,
All right, well, mark it wherever you can, I guess. All right, so starting off our booster pack with this art card, throwing that away. And starting from the top, we've got break free action. Deal 1 damage to a chosen character of yours. They gain rush and get an extra strength this turn. It's interesting. You're dealing 1 damage and then you get an extra strength.
Yeah.
Obscurosphere. Pay 2 to banish this item. Your characters gain ward until the start of your next turn.
Yay!
Merlin Turtle! When you play this character and when he leaves play, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one on the top of your deck and the other on the bottom.
I do love my Merlin cards.
Yes. Joshua really enjoys his Merlin bounce deck.
They're so funny.
I do love that movie and all like the different shape shifting that they do.
And I think it was the absolute perfect series to have chosen for the bounce mechanic. Because that's, even though I say that, we don't, that's what it's called in many other TCG games. And just the fact that Lorcana chose to include the bounce mechanic, and the fact that they chose to give it to the Sword in the Stone series is just so fitting.
It works because of the magic,
Yeah, and just the kind of whimsicalness of
Yeah.
Merlin's character.
And the way that they shapeshift, I don't know, it just works. All right, we've got Bodyguard. This character may enter play exerted. Well, we already know what Bodyguard means, so I won't read the rest of that, but it's a cost 3 card. We got Chaka, 2-lure card. Sneezy,
Yay.
set that aside for you. And Bashful.
Oh, yeah.
Set these aside for you. Here you go. Let me know if you want to look at the value of any of these. Shenzi, Scar's Accomplice. Invited to the ball. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Put revealed character cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. I am curious to see if this is worth anything.
Invited to the ball?
Mm-hmm.
What is that from?
That is from Cinderella.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of balls in Disney, So.
Where's Snape? I need Snape here to say, obviously. Where else could that be from?
There's a lot
it's
of balls.
A 5-cent card. Not really. Okay. Moving on, we've got Queen's Censor Core. At the start of your turn, if you have a princess or queen character in play, gain 1 lore. That is actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tap to reveal the top card of your deck. If a princess or queen character card, you may put it into your hand. Otherwise, you put it on the top of your deck. That's actually really nice for a princess deck.
This card being amber is huge, too, because princesses excel mostly in amber steel because they are the singers. And amber steel is the best color for steel song, they call it, So this enables Moana, it enables Cinderella, it enables the Ariel that deals 2 damage every time it's on. So there's a lot of really good use for this card.
And it's a 60-cent card if anyone's curious. Yeah. Up next, we've got Cuss 9 Gaston. For each damaged character you have in play, you pay 2 less to play this character. And he has Rush. Madam Mim, Elephant. When you play this character, banish her or return another chosen character of yours to your hand. That's the bounce ability that Joshua was referring to. And at the start of your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from this character to chosen opposing character. Let's see what this one's worth. And I think we bought one of these from someone. Right? I think we bought this one. Madam Mim, Elephant.
Yeah, this one's going for about
$2. What was Elsa going for again?
Elsa is going, the foil Elsa, because that's the one we have, is going for like $9.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll leave this here as like our second most valuable card. And that Little John that we really liked, we got the foil of him.
Well, it's nice to see the foil. And I
Yeah.
think we only had 3 copies, so now
Yeah.
this is fourth. This is a full playset.
Yes. So a full play set means we have 4 of them because you can have a maximum of a card repeat 4 times in your deck. And
Yeah.
once you have them in your deck 4 times, that's like the limit. All right. Booster pack number 2.
Oh, do you want to keep the decks separate from this?
Maleficent art card. And ooh, Laura costs 3 while being challenged. This character gets an extra 2 strength. Cute. Archimedes,
There you
exasperated
go.
owl. Prince John, opportunistic briber. This is the first time pulling this card. Whenever you play an item, this character gets +2 strength this turn.
Of course I'm on the list. Check under PJ.
Check under PJ.
I love
So funny.
that. Sven.
Rut.
Oh, Rut. I thought it was Sven for a moment.
No.
This is from something else.
Yeah. What is this from?
Is this Brother Bear?
Might be Brother Bear.
Okay.
Support. It's a support card, and it's 1 lore, costs 4. Donald Duck, Daisy's Date.
Okay.
Another Royal Guard. Another Simba shift. Oh, Robin Hood. So
Yeah.
now we have 3 of these. Or 4. How many did we get with the starter deck?
I don't remember.
It was 2
but
or
we
3.
have more than we had previously.
Yes, we have 2 or 3 now. Maid Miriam, Lady of the Lists. When you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -5 strength until the start of your next turn. It's a cost 6 2-lure card. Kind of expensive to play.
Yeah, but that's a serious remove there. If you were planning to challenge something and didn't want to be taking the damage, that'll do the trick.
Here we've got Magica Dispel, Cruel Sorceress. During opponent's turn, if an effect would cause you to discard 1 or more cards from your hand, you don't discard. So as long as she's out, you don't actually discard cards, which is nice. Second and last card is Prince John's Mirror. If you have a character named Prince John in play, you pay 1 less to play this item, so you could potentially pay only 2 to play this. And at the if you have a character, that only works if you have, even if you have 2, you still only pay 1 less.
Correct. Yeah. It's only a reduction of 1. Yeah.
At the end of each opponent's turn, if they have more than 3 cards in their hand, they discard until they have 3 cards in their hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people were saying this is going to be a very interesting card, and if it gets run a lot in the meta competitive decks, then we're going to see a lot more people running the destroy item cards, because this will just ruin your day if you don't have a way to deal with it.
Prince John's Mirror. Oh, here. 74% card. Do you want to look at Magica Dispel? Here it is. 19-cent card. Okay. And our foil is Rancis Flugger Butter. Don't love that. Not a fan. Well, that is a bummer.
That is a way to end the stream, folks. Oh,
all right. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that, I mean, I'm glad they added Wreck-It Ralph, but I think they went a little overboard in adding every single character whose name we did not know from that series, when they could have been adding some other characters.
Yeah, and they could have done more. There's a lot of racers, like a lot. So
I think we have enough now.
They'll probably, yeah. No.
I think if they add 1 more racer in the next
they'll
set,
probably still make more. I can definitely see people building a whole deck just around that. Well, here's our 2 most valuable cards from today. We got Elsa from our starter deck, and it is foil. And we found another Madame Mim elephant.
Yeah.
Which will be nice for your Merlin Mim deck. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was fun. It's fun for us, honestly, because we get to see what we pulled, and the booster packs are fun. And now we get to incorporate the cards into our existing decks, which is always good.
It's always nice to have the cards, because before we stream this, I'm always like, they're just in the box, you know? We can't, they're not ours yet.
Yeah, what's in there? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Let us know what your favorite card was from today in the comments. And until next time, guys, we'll see you on our next quest.